India ranked 107 out of 121 countries in the Global Hunger Index, GHI, 2022, sliding 6 spots since last year's report, and recorded the highest child wasting rate in the world. The Global Hunger Index, GHI, is a tool for comprehensively measuring and tracking hunger at global, regional, and national levels. With a score of 29.1, the level of hunger in India has been labeled serious. India's ranking in the index has slid in the past 2 years. In 2020, India was ranked 94 out of 107 countries and 101 out of 116 countries in 2021. The report is prepared jointly by Irish aid agency Concern Worldwide and German organisation Welthungerhilfe. In Asia, Afghanistan with a rank of 109 is the only country behind India. All of India's neighbouring countries fared better. Pakistan ranked 99, while Bangladesh was ranked 84, Nepal 81 and Sri Lanka 64. South Asia, the region with the world's highest hunger level, has the highest child stunting rate and by far the highest child wasting rate in the world, the report said. Stunting is when a child has a low height for their age, usually due to malnutrition, while a child is defined as wasted if their weight is too low for their height. Wasting is also referred to as acute malnutrition. India's child wasting rate, at 19.3%, is the highest of any country in the world and drives up the region's average owing to India's large population, it said. India, Pakistan, and Afghanistan each have child stunting rates between 35 to 38%, with Afghanistan's rate being the highest in the region. Undernourishment prevalence rose in India from 14.6% in 2018 to 2020 to 16.3% in 2019 to 2021. This translates into 224.3 million people in India being undernourished out of the total 828 million people globally. Child wasting, which is a strong predictor of mortality among children under 5 years of age, also worsened from 15.1% in 2012-16 to 19.3% in 2017-21. India, however, noted improvement in 2 parameters of child stunting from 38.7% in 2012-16 to 35.5% in 2017-21 and child mortality from 4.6% in 2014 to 3.3% in 2020. The GHI said stunting disparities between districts were particularly pronounced in India. The example of India shows the importance of considering the subnational context when designing programs and policies to target child stunting. Researchers investigated the factors that contributed to a decline in stunting in 4 Indian states between 2006 and 2016, Chhattisgarh, Gujarat, Orissa, and Tamil Nadu, it said. The report said the researchers found that stunting fell mainly in response to improvements in the coverage of health and nutrition interventions, household conditions, such as socioeconomic status and food security, and maternal factors, such as mother's health and education. While improvements in household conditions were the most important factor for each of the 4 states, the second most important factor varies by state. As the authors conclude, this variability across states indicates the need for contextualized policy and programmatic initiatives to help focus the efforts in the sectors that need the most attention for continued decline in stunting, it said. The GHI said the world is facing a serious setback in efforts to end hunger with conflict, the climate crisis and the economic consequences of the COVID-19 pandemic, compounded by the war in Ukraine, are major drivers of hunger. But the speed and severity of the global food crisis reflects the fact that millions of people were already living on the precarious edge of hunger, a legacy of past failures to build more just, sustainable, and resilient food systems, the report says. It warned that the situation is expected to deteriorate further as global crises overlap. Possible solutions and the scale of investment required are known and quantified. Rather, the problem lies in policy implementation and the lack of political will in the world, it said. Activists and politicians have hit out the government for India's ranking. Sitaram Yechuti, Secretary General of the Communist Party of India, Marxist, said the government must take responsibility for this era of darkness India has been brought to in 8.5 years. Dangerous, sharp slide of India on Global Hunger Index since 2014. Modi government is disastrous for India. Low food stocks barely over minimum buffer plus rising prices. Government must take responsibility for this era of darkness India has been brought to in 8.5 years. Enough of PR, spin and lies, Yechuti tweeted. Congress leader P. Chidambaram said, when will the Honourable PM address real issues like malnutrition, hunger, and stunting and wasting among children? 22.4 crore people in India are considered undernourished. Our score has worsened since 2014. In the 8 years of the Modi government, 16.3% of all Indians are undernourished, meaning they do not get enough food, he said in another tweet. 19.3% of children are wasted, 35.5% of children are stunted. Hindutva, imposing Hindi and spreading hate are not the antidote to hunger, the former union minister tweeted.